Mario Kart. We all love it. I don't know who would hate it, but if you do, never come by my channel again. And for a series that does this well, there's ought to be a lot, and I mean a lot, of merchandise. And one of those types of merchandise being die-cast cars. Now, if you're somehow stupid and don't know what a die-cast car is, just look at a Hot Wheel. That's pretty much what they are. Now, over the years, as the different Mario Kart games came out, many different companies made different selections of Mario Kart die-cast cars. Now, surprisingly, there's a lot of different kinds of these made by different companies, and I won't be able to cover every single one of them at all. But I will be going through a few from different games over the years. So let's hop into this deep dive of the history of Mario Kart die-cast cars. When Mario Kart 64 was released in 1996, it was released with worldwide acclaim. And with that, of course it had to get its own toy line, action figures, other things, I don't know. But there was this specific line of die-cast cars for the game. Now, surprisingly, instead of being the characters in their cars themselves, it's the characters' heads on the fronts of the cars and numbers on top. Like, here we have Mario with the number 28 on top, or Donkey Kong with the number 87 on top. We have Yoshi with the 9. We have what seems to be Wario. Hey everybody, editing OMB here. I thought this Bowser head was an upside-down Wario head. I'm so freaking stupid, dude. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm stupid. Anyways, back to the video. With 54 and Princess Peach with number 36. Now, these cars aren't too special other than the fact that they're pretty much just cars, but it's still cool nonetheless. Skipping 2 entire games in the series and going straight to Mario Kart DS, we have this set. Now, I wasn't able to find any more pictures with any more characters, so all I know are that these are the 3 characters that it has. Now, these say pullback, and I found them when I searched diecast. I don't know if these are diecast at all, but I'm just hoping they are, because I do not want to spread any false information. But right off the bat, we have to get into the characters. Of course, we have to have Mario, because, well, it's Mario Kart. And then we have Peach, which kind of makes sense, but I don't know why there's no Luigi or Yoshi. And then we have, well, Wario, which is an interesting pick, but yeah, there he is. Well, that was a short segment, wasn't it? And that's because there weren't many options to talk about or look at, but hey, let's get on to the next one. Mario Kart Wii. What a classic. One of the most best-selling Mario Karts in the whole series. And again, when something sells really well, we make merchandise off of it. And these are the first characters in their carts that I can confirm that these are die-cast cars. Now you may be wondering, what's so special about these ones? I don't know. But other than them being in their standard carts from the game, it's a pretty good selection of characters here, so let's get into the characters. And right here, we have all 5 characters in their box. You can see them through the clear packaging on the front. And of course, starting off, we have Mario right here. He does look pretty cool. He's just Mario in his standard cart, of course. Then we have Luigi, of course, being pretty basic, being in his standard cart and all that. Up next, we have Yoshi. Just another basic one, being in their standard carts. Again. Here we have Toad, and now's probably a good time to mention that all of these are in their standard carts. None of them in different carts, so it's just all standard. Which is kind of a bummer, because there are some really cool carts in the game. But still, Toad, obviously, you got Toad right here in his cart. DK here seems to be the only one that's like remotely interesting because I think they had to shrink him down in size a little bit for this. Because like comparing him to the other racers, it just looks a bit weird, you know? Like he's smaller in size. But that's pretty much it. That's literally it. Mario Kart 7, the game that I grew up with. Oh boy, do I miss losing in 8th place all those times. Enough reminiscing. Let's get to the diecast cars. With, to my knowledge, there only being one. Now I have no idea why they would only make one diecast car for one of the best Mario Kart games in the whole series. It's just crazy. And again, to my knowledge, this thing seems to be exclusive to Japan. So if you wanted it, you'd have to like import it from Japan or go to Japan and get it from there, which costs a lot of money, which is a bummer because this thing is really cool. Now, since there's only one, that's gonna mean that this section is sadly over. Let's get on to the next one. And that brings us to today, where we have the Mario Kart Hot Wheels, which you've probably seen before. Now, these aren't linked to any specific game, other than mostly being karts and wheels from Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But they do have karts and other wheels from older games, kind of like the P-Wing from Mario Kart Wii. And for the first time ever, we have buildable tracks for these diecast cars to race down, which is really cool to me. Now, I probably don't have to say much about these, thankfully, because these are still in stock in stores and you can find them pretty much everywhere. And there's way too many cars for me to list off, so I'm just going to show a couple on screen, and that's pretty much all I need to show. Well, now that I've pretty much covered every single kind of diecast car, I think the video can finally end. It's been like 7 minutes. No, almost 8 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Whew. Subscribe.
First off the line is Mario Kart. It's a game you've enjoyed for years, but now it's a tricked out version you haven't driven before.